Hello and welcome to the News with 8-Bit Media. I am your host Tim. Thank you so much for joining us this week on this very gloomy October 8th, 2016. There was quite a bit that we missed this past couple of weeks while we were out. We got Vincent D'Onofrio hinting that he could reappear as Kingpin outside of the Netflix shows in the larger MCU. Margot Robbie is getting her Harley Quinn spinoff, which she will executive produce. The Russo brothers aren't necessarily shying away from including the Netflix or Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. cast members in Infinity War, saying they do want to consider everyone. We got our first look at the tactical Batsuit in Justice League, thanks to Ben Affleck. And Mr. Sinister, along with the Reavers and the Weapon X group, will be showing up in Wolverine 3 as the villains. Alright, so there was a lot that did happen this week, especially considering that we're waist deep in New York Comic Con this weekend. So let's go ahead, and we're going to go ahead and start the wrap-up on film. Speaking of Wolverine 3, we got our title for the film, which now will be called Logan, and is releasing on March 3rd. We also got our first poster for the film, and a first look at Patrick Stewart as Professor X in the film. Moving over to the DCEU, the Batman film will simply be called The Batman, according to Affleck, but he also hints that the title could change. And the Justice League film has wrapped production this week, with Zack Snyder releasing a pretty fun behind-the-scenes video. Moving over to the MCU, Spider-Man Homecoming also wraps its filming, but there's no word on when a proper trailer would be released. A new Doctor Strange spot was released, which heavily implies that the Time Gem will be in the film. Mike Coulter, who plays Luke Cage in the titular show, shoots down ideas that the Defenders could show up in the grander MCU, referring to the Netflixverse as adult-themed and really unique. The Punisher starts filming, with Deborah Ann Wall, who plays Karen Page, showing up on set. 3 characters have been added to the cast. We're getting Billy Russo, who may turn into Jigsaw in the series, Micro, and Dana Madani, who are all played by Ben Barnes, Ebon Moss-Bachrach, and Amber Rose Reva, respectively. And the show will premiere sometime in 2017, a full year earlier than most people were expecting. Iron Fist got a release date of March 17th. Jason O'Mara's Jeffrey in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is actually Jeffrey Mace, aka the Patriot, who has been confirmed by Jed Whedon. Outside of the connected universes that are Marvel or DC, the Gears of War film is actually starting to happen at Universal, and we got a trailer finally for the Power Rangers film reboot. Over into the world of video games, the Final Fantasy art director Yusuke Naora is leaving Square Enix after 24 years. He is first credited as the art director on Final Fantasy VI, however he will still act as a freelance artist for Square Enix. Destiny 2 apparently is leaving everything from Destiny 1 behind in order to meet Bungie's high expectations to feel totally new and be a proper sequel, according to Kotaku. No Man's Sky is being investigated by the Advertising Standards Authority, an SRO of the advertising industry in the UK, based on several complaints that received on the game. According to Eurogamer, the complaints surround screenshots and videos that feature more advanced animal behavior, large-scale combat, and ship-flying behavior that ended up in the launch version of the game. Complaints also say screenshots misrepresent the graphical quality of the game. Pokemon Sun and Moon starters get their first evolutions shown off. Rowlet becomes Dartrix, your pompous teenager with the Emover. Litten evolves into Torracat, which looks to be a plumper, slightly angrier version of a Litten. And the internet's punching bag that is Poplio turns into Brion, with added emphasis on the circus seal it's heavily based on. Beyond Good and Evil 2 hits pre-production, according to series creator Michel Ancel. Ubisoft now confirms that development is underway at the Montpellier studio. No other details were released besides the new art. Finally this week, Bethesda announces mods are coming to both Skyrim and Fallout 4 on PS4. Skyrim is getting it at launch, as well as native 4K support with the PS4 Pro, with Fallout 4 getting it sometime after. Unfortunately, you are restricted to the game's own assets. You cannot import assets from outside of the game. Alright, that's going to do it for us this week. Thank you so much for joining us. We will see you next time.